Today I'm going to be teaching you guys on how to import to Roblox. So I use this website, DesireFX. I just found it. It literally leaks models from sites. Like this one is Home 3D, and I can go to that site. And as you can see, a sec here. If I search Ford, they are gonna try and charge me $75 for it, which I normally can't find it. But as you guys can see, that plate just gave me the easy realize. So that's Home 3D, and pretty much on all their cars they have that same plate. So then we can go to ZyraFX. You have to sign up. I will leave the link in the description. And we have this Ford F-150 Raptor. And I can go to, I forgot the site name. I'll think about it during the video. But, there's a Ford, Expedition, and they do have the 2018. So, let's scroll. They do have an F-150. I might try that later. I did try this Expedition. It's really high poly, so I don't really recommend it unless you have a really nice computer that can basically control fast stuff and high poly stuff on Blender. So I think I might go with the F-150. So let's do it here. So then it's gonna bring you to the model. And you're going to scroll all the way down, and you're going to put download from Sinks Online. And then some files you have to buy premium access, which I don't have, so we're going to have to go find a different file. Unless you do pay, you will be able to. And then I also have this website called WinRare. And you can go to there. I will leave the link, and that will come in use in a second here once I get a file. But if you do not pay for this, you will, I'd say you have to go through a long time, which I already have an OBJ file I want to do. I think we're going to go with this Raptor. Why not? And it's going to take, so that's Home 3D. As you can see, they're going to charge me $75. And it is really nice. I do have, I do have one of them actually. Before I found DesireFX, and now I'm really happy that I found this. It's just a high poly. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this Raptor. This seems pretty low poly, which I don't really care because it's for a video. And download, and now you have to wait 30 seconds, which obviously by the side of it, it's the fast instant download, and it's just showing you what you get for premium, if you do want to look at that. You do get to keep the files for 60 days only, but I have a trick to that. I'm just going to put it on a USB thumb drive, and then once the 60 days are done, I'm going to take it out of my computer, and then it's going to try looking for the file, and it's not going to be able to find it. So we should be good. Yeah, and sometimes it glitches, which I don't like at all. If you guys want, I guess we can go ahead and check out my website, typicalcars.com. And I will leave the link in the description. I will be uploading videos there. You can learn a lot about it. We have, that is old. I still need to delete that. I will go ahead and do that now. This is where I work on it. I'll go to events, and then I'm going to delete that. Boom. Now there's nothing on events. So now, go ahead and publish that. And there we go. So now we can refresh. Oops. Refresh. Control R. And then, boom. Nothing. Pretty cool. So when, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's either RER or rare. One of them. And you go to downloads. And then you have your choices on what to download. And I did 64-bit. I just like that better, which I don't see a difference. But it is a trial, so I'll get back to you in a sec. Yeah. And I guess I can go. So I'm going to press my Windows key. And then I'm going to go back to Google. This will be in the link. So basically, you download this. And then when you have your file downloaded, it should be in Internet Explorer. So then you go to your file in File Explorer like this. And then once it's downloaded, you go through everything. You just let it do all of its stuff. Then you go to your file, you put it in or wherever it is. And then these are my files I got from there. But you go to your model, which I'll do. I'll do the Ford Explorer again. But then you go to open with Win, and then it brings you to this. That's Max, which I can easily figure that out. But just opening 3ds Max, which I do recommend if you're going to use the game models or anything like that, because most of them are that type. So then you're going to drag the file into your file folder that you want it in. Then you're going to go to Blender, and you're going to go to File, Import, and then whatever type your file is. If it has some squares, I'll show you an example. So basically, if it has like this square, then it's gonna be either OBJ or F3 or not F3X. I'm confused with Roblox. It's gonna be FBX. So yeah, I recommend you to do that. OBJ I like better, so that's what mine is in. I'm pretty sure. So we're gonna go there. OBJ files. Now I have it here. And then import OBJ. And then, yes, it will not respond for a while. Let it sit, and then, like mine, it's not responding. It takes a little bit for it to respond back, and it will work perfect. If you don't know how to move around and do all that stuff, then I recommend you look up another video on that, because I can do some basics, but if you learn from another video, it'll probably be a lot better. But I can try to explain. I'll make a different video on that. So, I have basically, make sure your studio is open and have all your stuff. Like this is the Rolls Royce, basically. I'm importing, and I'm gonna take a break on it. And then I do have a Infinity QX80 I am working on. It is big, which I need to resize it. Here's what I have so far. No, this will not turn into a free model because I got this from home, and you know how much they charge for. So no. Yeah, I have interior. I just needed to do basically front parts, lights, and roof, window. I forgot about that. And more lights on the rear, and then I need to do that part, and then that should be it, and I need to reshrink it. I might do a video on that. So then you're gonna go to your blender now that it's open, zoom out, which is your scroll on your mouse, and to move around you use your middle mouse button and just move your mouse around. And yeah, that's what I would do. And then once you have that, you're gonna right click to select what part, and then you're gonna press my move. You can do, if like say basically you had one part that's several parts in Blender, but then you have a mesh part of it. For that, you just like say you wanted a part that's just one mesh part in Studio by itself. You would basically copy them and paste them to a different Blender, which you will have to have several open for that, and regular importing, depending on how high poly your model is. You need more open. So like for me, I have 4, which probably won't be enough depending. So you're gonna right click your part, and then you're gonna press object mode. Then you're gonna go up to edit mode, click that. Then you're gonna press P on your keyboard, and then you're gonna press buy loose parts, and then click on that. And then I like spamming and then clicking it just to make sure it actually does, but you don't have to. Then I go back to object mode, then Control C for copy, and then I'll go to my other Blender and I'll paste it. And then there's one mesh part that you can put in, but I prefer doing more just so it's time consuming. And then you can press delete. And then I'm going to do that for this door because I'm going to do them together. And sometimes when you do that, it will turn into different parts. And then go to your other Blender, paste it. Now we have one mesh part. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to go in here. And then I'm going to take the door handles. And sometimes, depending on how low poly your model is, you won't really have to exactly do the loose parts. And I don't do that much, but if it does, I will normally just separate parts. If the doors and all that are there by themselves, I don't recommend doing that model, because then parts are going to turn out not good, and I don't know how to separate. I only know how to separate in bad parts. So basically say that, we'll just say this back part is too much poly. So then we're going to go to another Blender tab, and then we're going to paste it in there. Then you're going to go in edit mode by pressing object mode. Make sure it is clicked. If it's like an orangish red, then you have to right click on it and again. And then you press object mode, edit mode, and then you're going to press A to delete, deselect what you have selected. Then you're going to press B and hold, and then drag to select. And then now once you have half, which I'm going to do half, I press P, and then you're going to press selection. And then now you're going to go back in object mode. Then you're going to copy. And normally I'd just export it from here. But if you are going to do more, you will need to paste it in here. And then now you have a divided trunk. So now, go in here. And I'm going to go ahead and file, export, OBJ, and then I'm just going to use this, what I have. Then export OBJ. If it does take a long time, it's going to be too much poly. So then you're going to have to go back in, and sometimes it won't respawn. Do not close it. And that means we're going to have to take out poly. And now we're going to have to open another blender because there's more parts. Then I like making it full screen. You got to be patient, I guess, for it to open. Now, put it full screen. And then now we're going to go to here. And then we're just going to select these to store them for now. And then we're going to go to File, Export, OBJ, Export, OBJ. So basically that means right now, because it's taking a long time, that door is probably too much poly. But anyway, you're going to go into your studio, and then you're going to get your mesh part selected. Then go to your properties, and where it says Mesh ID, you're going to put your mouse on the very end of it and click. Then it's going to load, and it's going to bring you to your file. And you can just search it, but you just need to find your file, select it, and then press open. And then you wait for it to open. And then once it will, if you're doing a car or like several parts or something like that, I recommend when it does ask you, and now we have too many triangles. So then basically we have to, I'm going to go ahead and find a new file just because of the time it's going to take. So now, I guess I can import a small file, and I'll go ahead and do here's an asteroid. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I don't know how to pronounce a lot. And yeah, so we basically have a lot. And then we can go to this. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I have a feeling that it's gonna be short. And now you wait, and then it'll ask you if you wanna. So basically, when you put it in, it'll ask you if you do want to have the parts in the same place with the location data. If you're doing cars and you want it several parts, I do recommend you do that. And right here, you see we have the Raptor. It is an old model. I'm going to go ahead and bring that over to here. Right there. And then now, there you go. You have it in Blender. So then you're going to select it. I'm just going to do one part. And then go to your other Blender. Paste it. File. Export OBJ. Export OBJ. Now that didn't take a long time. So that means it's pretty much going to work. And now we're going to go to our file. Search it. Click it. Open. Then now it's going to ask you that it's very large. You do not want to do that. You will press no, yes, and then you wait, and boom, there you go. But then you will have to move other objects, so I recommend you do have another part, but then there you go. So now you have your hood in. And if you want to do several parts in one mesh part, like I said, you just put them in a different blender. And yes, you do have to copy and paste them, because if you do, then it turns in the whole entire car turns into one whole mesh part. So, that's basically it for today's video. I will link some good spots in the description just so you can get make it easier for yourself, which I try to do that a lot. So that's gonna be it. I'll see you in the next one.